Did you know? Jace Beleren is an illusionist and telepath from the plane of Vern. Vern was first seen on the card Trail of the Mage Rings from Plane Chase 2012, but it wasn't until the 2015 core set, Magic Origins, that the world was revealed to be Jace's home plane. Jace came from Silmot's Crossing, a lower class district of Vern. At 13 years old, the defensive but damaging use of his mind magic inspired fear in those around him. His escape from this shunning community came in the offer of an apprenticeship by the Sphinx Arbiter Alhammaret. Under the Sphinx's tutelage, Jace honed his abilities and his spark ignited, and while Alhammaret worked hard to keep the newly discovered Planeswalker abilities hidden from him, Jace uncovered the truth of his abilities time and time again. He finally confronted Alhammaret and learned how the Sphinx had profited from his role as a peace arbiter in the ongoing war on Vern. Nearing the end of their mental combat, Jace wiped his former teacher's mind of all thoughts, even those of breathing, before planeswalking away to Ravnica. On Ravnica, Jace met the former Selesnyan Conclave member, Imara Tandris, and adopted a new name, Pirim. For years, he took on a less than desirable lifestyle, claiming even more names, and using telepathy to blackmail Ravnica's wealthy for a living. But then the Planeswalker, Tezzeret, took an interest in the rare Mind Mage. He offered Jace training and a role in the Infinite Consortium, a multiplanar mercenary organization he led. Jace worked for the Consortium for 3 years, accepting countless missions before escaping Tezzeret's torturous abuse. Alongside Liliana Vess, Jace brought down the Consortium and wiped Tezzeret's mind of all knowledge needed to run the organization. Then curiosity got the best of him. Jace followed a lead from one of his Consortium missions, the Dragon Scroll, leading him to the world of Zendikar. There, he sought the Eye of Ugin, where he encountered the Planeswalkers Chandra Nalaar and Sarkhan Vol. Their fateful meeting was orchestrated though, and the Eldrazi broods were released on Zendikar. Jace returned to Ravnica, unfortunately with only a few more pieces to the Zendikari puzzle than he had before. On his return, Jace dived headfirst into the mystery known as the Implicit Maze on Ravnica. At the Forum of Azure, Jace discovered more about what the maze's purpose was. It would either establish a new guild pact for Ravnica, or grant the supreme verdict. The maze was run by a member of each guild, and at the maze's end, the ability to cast the supreme verdict would be given to each guild member. Fearful of what might come next, Jace brought each of the competitors' minds into a shared network of perception in order to stave them from casting the spell. And with this act, the Bailiff of the Maze altered his judgment and selected Jace as the living guild pact of Ravnica. It was in this role that Jace met Vraska and received leads concerning a corrupted Planeswalker acquaintance, Garruk Wildspeaker. Jace traveled to Zendikar and extracted the Hedron from Ob-Nixilis' head, allowing the demon to access more power in exchange for a Hedron to help stop Garruk's transformation. Jace found Garruk and implanted the Hedron, ceasing his transformation before returning to Ravnica once more. Gideon Jura sought out Jace on Ravnica, interrupting his uncomfortable dinner with Liliana Vess to ask for help on Zendikar. Jace agreed, and they attempted to find a third ally on Ragatha in their shared acquaintance, Chandra Nalaar, but the Pyromancer declined the offer, so the two continued on. Jace arrived on Zendikar and quickly realized that he needed to head to the nexus of the Hedron network, the Eye of Ugin. There, he met this place's namesake, the spirit dragon, Ugin, who warned Beleren of mishandling the Eldrazi threat. He returned to Seagate and helped capture Ulamog, but Ob-Nixilis disrupted their plans and brought Kozilek to the surface of Zendikar before capturing Jace, Nissa, and Gideon. The late showing Chandra Nalaar arrived, freeing the three from Ob's imprisonment, and their oaths were sworn, founding the Gatewatch shortly after. Jace devised a plan, and the others followed. They pulled Kozilek and Ulamog fully from the Blind Eternities and onto Zendikar, then were able to dispose of the Titans once and for all. Ugin scolded the Gatewatch for their recklessness in killing the two Titans, but that didn't stop Jace's piqued curiosity from following what few leads he had. Jace met with the only ally he had on the plane, Liliana Vess. She wasn't to be trusted, but he wanted to find Soren Markov, one of the three planeswalkers who had originally trapped the Eldrazi on Zendikar. He traveled to Markov Manor and the Nephalia Drownyard before finally arriving at the Thraben Cathedral where he met Tamio. Avacyn attacked both of them, but Soren intervened with his own mission, unmaking the Mad Archangel who once protected his world. Then, Jace had discovered what Avacyn had been staving off, the last known Eldrazi Titan, Emrakul, who was baited to Innistrad in an act of vengeance by Nahiri. Jace left to recruit the other Gatewatch members' help, and together, the four fought at the Battle of Thraben, where Liliana saved them from defeat. Tamio's plan to capture Emrakul was enacted, and after some struggles for extra power, the Eldrazi Titan had been imprisoned in the Silver Moon of Innistrad. All had been saved, but then Jace spoke to the distraught Tamio in the time following. He discovered that Emrakul wanted to be locked away. It was part of her plan, and both Planeswalkers sat in silence at the unsettling revelation. Don't forget to subscribe to Gathering Magic for more Did You Know Magic videos, as well as deck techs, Magic Online strategy videos, and more. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and leave a comment below. Want to watch more Did You Know Magic videos? Click here to visit our playlist. If you enjoyed this expedition into the lore of Magic the Gathering, perhaps you'd be interested in some of my other videos currently on my own channel at www.youtube.com/SEIBENLORE. I cover a lot of different topics concerning video game lore with a special emphasis on MTG. Go ahead and check it out, and as always, thanks for watching.